I wanted to ask you some.
Ask me?
Customers have always loved purchasing carefully arranged bouquets. The flowers glistening with. Yet lately, a customer mentioned that rather than buying bouquets in full bloom, so I was thinking.
That's a brilliant idea. And potted flowers.
Since you agree, could I have the honor of inviting.
Huh? You mean...
Yes, spring is here. No self-respecting connoisseur of flowers would but the floral arrangement project is just as an experienced store manager, you must understand my concerns.
I'd love to help, but I've never done...
As a floral designer, you first need to understand why. Well, it's a... Daisies always carry the morning dew, innocent and fresh. The warm wooden base feels like the embrace of the earth. Daisies always carry the morning. The sweet aroma.
You certainly do have a natural...
You think I have talent, Rena?
It's because you easily manage to convey both After all, talent and skill... What you accomplished can be considered just as Orchidea wrote in her notes. A floral designer must feel the qualities, and this potted arrangement has achieved that. I brought snacks. Oh, don't worry.
Experiment?
Oh, what a coincidence.
A coincidence indeed. If I hadn't staged a chat... Oh, is my previous request causing you trouble?
It is a little difficult. I visited several old friends in search of the... However, a flower that only blooms in an area that has been repeatedly ravaged. No one's ever seen such a...
Lycon and I have been gathering intel as our client has failed to find any other way to get close to that gentleman. We can only place our hopes. There's only 2 days until the banquet. I hope...
As expected of Victoria.
Right. It's not I'll keep an eye out, fortunately. You've seen Miss Bell's work already.
Agreed. Then I'll thank you, and the banquet still requires more preparations. Please,
Sunflowers always follow the sun.
Just as I suspected. Please do not misunderstand. That specific flower requested by the client, they're merely decorations, not the focus.
Did I hear that right?
My apologies. Though I cannot divulge everything, they require an extremely difficult and specific environment, and are far from easy to cultivate. The commission we received is to host a perfect banquet. Our duties do not in addition, Rena and I only just found out that our club...
I think I get it. Rena...
In any case, neither you nor Miss Orchidea of Duke...
What a coincidence, Lord Faith. Just now.
Yep, it was Lycon.
Then, is finding that flower also your way?
No need. I just heard that it has super strict requirements to grow in...
I see. By the way, Lord Faithin, have you been helped? Could I ask you to make...
Of course I can.
I'd be happy just having a pot of... But if I have to say, then make...
Honest and humble, like a hermit. caramel dream. The simple blue. Happiness is like the
I was just saying to Big Ben, this flower pot, right?
Right. Like guys, I love the potted flowers you prepared, Proxy.
What are you mumbling about? Did Anton get something wrong?
Why would anyone want to buy flower pot?
My bad. When I told Anton I wanted flower, it's because of these two little trouble. I hear that if you have a wild hound at home, you could get a real... So I wanted to buy a heavy...
I see. That's why
My bad for being too...
Oh, are you here?
I haven't been slacking. I'm here on duty as temporary
It seems, with your skill.
Right. Miss Orchidea. We've looked around, but we...
Only found...
These two...
Thank you for your heart. Either way, you have my gratitude.
Of course! But, would you two mind,
I got it. I'll bring another flower pot once I get some time.
Sounds great!
Happiness is like... The simple blue... When you need a moment...
What's the matter? Is my present not to you?
Isn't this the rare flower Victoria Housekeeping's...
Before Vivian mentioned it, I had never heard of a flower that feeds upon the... However, it is something that a client... So I asked around. Let me guess. This flower requires an extremely difficult and specific environment and is far from easy to cultivate. It is also extremely dangerous to try growing any plants in areas repeatedly ravaged by Hollow Zero.
As expected of Hugo.
Well, I managed to find an elusive flora expert who likes a flower so rare and precious that it's quite normal. In any case, I came to
Hugo?
that he didn't want a certain someone to put themselves in danger to get this Allow me to assure you, in the process of obtaining Nineveh and gifting it to you, please. As if a bird flew by with flowers in its beak. Of course, since it is a surprise gift.
A combination of simplicity and modernity, with no extra lines.
Dear manager, you've given the Nineveh that I brought.
I gave the flower arrangement with Nineveh to...
Of course not. That's the real deal. However, I'm guessing...
There's been too many coincidences lately.
Then I'll fill you in on the As you've probably guessed, this time, Victoria House 1 involves a high quality. They only just managed to estimate the value of that mine. However, as I'm sure you know, Outer Ring Hollows are quite unstable. Naturally, The owner awakened from his fantasy of making a fortune and didn't want to let... It's not difficult to find out that honored guest's preferences. What he cares about...
It's not your style to help someone who would ignore hollow...
Now, I just simply... can't... Look at the time! The situation upstairs...
Is that so? You seem to know
Lycon, what are you doing here?
My client's wishes were dashed the moment he gifted Nineveh to the honored guest.
Oh?
He was impatient to make an impression, and rushed to find out what that honored guest liked, but failed to ascertain the meaning behind the flower. That gentleman did not favor Nineveh for its but instead because his friend sacrificed their life for him, allowing him to escape Hollow Zero. And the area he escaped to...
Nostalgia from a big shot. However, if they've been led onto the stage...
Hugo.
All right, all right.
That gentleman favors Nineveh as he doesn't wish to forget his friend's sacrifice. Also, as such, someone using this flower to ingratiate...
I see. So that honored guest is Lilac's father? She mentioned in...
Wow. Too bad it was so cliché.
You...
Oh, however, if you could be so perhaps you'll realize we have somewhere to be. Say...
Oh, my apologies, Master Proxy.
Lord Phaethon, no one took this pot of flowers.
They just left. If it's
No, right. You said before that flowers can be used to... The Nineveh that gentleman keeps at home tells of his comrade's sacrifice and protection. So, even if these are his... I understand. But...
How about me? I've been a floral designer.
You are going to keep these flowers then, when you see it.
It is pretty heavy.
These flowers are pretty inconvenient to carry around, so...
It seems kind of familiar, but I don't think I've seen it at the flower shop before.
That's right, it's super rare. Miss Orchidea and Lycon both searched high and low for several days and now it's completed its duty. So...
Really? I've heard of the language of flowers before. You were out for so long, but only came back with this
Maybe that's what other people would do, but that's...
Then maybe your reasoning is less complicated.
Nuh-uh.
So, if it's not, then why...
Because it's the most valuable.
It's worth... Then, let's keep it safe.
The sunshine today is lovely. Perfect for picking out a bouquet.